Welcome to True Crime with Strategic Eyes.
Strategic back again. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing? I had to rush in and jump into the live because I lost track of time. Like, I'm over here doing research for the live we're going to do today, which is just another sad live because it just seems like there's a big problem with ex-offenders in that region of Florida. And I've gotten so many mixed reviews. You know, I've done my research. It's an area that does have some affluence, but there's just a lot of poverty in that area in the shadow of Disney, in the shadow of Orlando, you know, in this Kissimmee area, this Orange County, Osceola County area. And some people down there will say, oh, no, Strategic, you got it wrong. This is a very rich area. Now, I've been down to this area before, and I did not view this area as a very rich area. And then other people say, oh, I live in this area. And no, it's a mixed area, and there's a lot of poverty, and then there's a lot of ex-offenders. And it just seems like they're just concentrated in this, like, 3-county area. You know, this Kissimmee. Where's the other one? Oh, man, whatever. I'll think about it as we go through this slide, but it's an area that I actually went down to and visited not too long ago, a couple years back. But anyway, the bottom line is another teacher from Hunters Creek Middle School has been arrested for child-related offenses. Let's say that again. This country has almost 400 million people. We're at 350 million, I think. We keep growing. Million people. Tens of thousands of schools, if not hundreds of thousands of schools. I'm not sure. People from all ethnicities, all backgrounds, from all over the world. And for some reason, we keep seeing in the news teachers from this specific school being arrested for child-related offenses. Something's got to make sense because this is not making sense, guys. So I want to go ahead and bring your attention to this one. We're going to bring it back here before we go to the person that we're interested right now. We covered this story. It was Mitchell Reagan. And Mitchell Reagan, he wasn't a teacher, but he worked in the after-school program for Hunters Creek Middle School. I'll bring it over here behind me. This is the dude right here. We did a whole story on that. You want to read the coverage we did on that? Please go. Check out the Madeline Soto playlist. Is going to be in there, and you'll be able to read what this guy did. But basically, this guy possessed CSAM material. That was his vice. He possessed CSAM material. And now we get word that this man right here, who looks like a offender, he looks weird. He literally looks like he's up to no good. This guy right here, Italo, Brett Bonini. I presume he's Italian. He's got a real Italian name. I think he's Italian. I don't know. We'll have to ask him. Let's go down to Kissimmee, Florida. We got a few interviews we need to do. We need to speak to him. We need to speak to Stephen Stearns. We got to speak to a few people. Let's go down there. We're going to go down there. No, we're not going there. So let's read what it says. Orange County Middle School employee accused of disturbing X-chats with juvies online, investigators said. So the feds is the ones who did this one right here. And I told you guys, people have been saying, Strategic, is there some type of ring that, CSAM ring that Stephen Stearns was a part of? Are the police investigating that? And da-da-da-da. And I said, guys, if the police were investigating a CSAM ring, it would not be the Kissimmee Police Department. It would not be the Orange County Police Department. It would be Homeland Security or the FBI. I've said that to you guys because why? When you go over the internet, it becomes interstate. Sometimes it becomes international because some of these servers are located. First of all, the moment you log onto a website, there's probably a 99% chance that the server that you're using to access that website is not in your state. 99% chance. Whether it's Amazon, Google, or nefarious sites, it doesn't matter. 99% those servers are going to be bouncing around to different parts of America. And if you're on these nefarious sites, most likely those servers will be located in other countries. Why? Because it's hard for the government to get subpoenas, to get records to these companies that are outside of America. So these bad guys specifically place these servers in these different countries or pay for servers in these different countries in order to protect themselves from prosecution for the United States of America. So 99% chance the investigation of whatever ring that may or may not exist is being investigated by the feds. And I told you guys that. I also said that it was highly likely, it's not guaranteed, but due to the popularity of the Madeline Soto case, that the feds would most likely have come out and said, hey, listen, we are now opening an investigation into Stephen Stern's online habits. They're not going to give any crazy details, but they at least let us know that they'll look into it. But it's not guaranteed. They may be investigating that right now, but they're not saying anything about it. But the feds love to let people know that they're involved with something. So back to this guy. The feds is investigating this guy. They're the ones who've indicted him. So let's keep going. Orange County, Florida. Orange County man employed by a middle school has been arrested after investigators said he pushed 2 young boys to commit X crimes over video chat, according to court records and law enforcement. In a criminal complaint released on Wednesday, investigators say they learned last month about 2 children in Maryland who have been the victims of a computer crime. And it's definitely federal because he's in Kissimmee, Florida area, and those children were in Maryland. I feel so bad for those kids. I hope they get the services and the help that they need so they can get through this trying time. It's very, very, very sad stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. One of the children had set up a Discord account. You got to watch your children. No child 8 years old should have a Discord account. None. Zip. Zero. Period. Nothing good happens in Discord. One of the children had set up a Discord account while staying with his grandparents, and his father later discovered disturbing messages between the child and another user, the complaint states. Jeez Louise. According to investigators, the user had offered the 8-year-old boy and his younger brother Robux, an in-game currency for the popular children's video game Roblox, to perform X acts for him via computer. This is so horrible. And I think the children actually ended up doing it. They actually end up doing it at the request of this monster. Multiple messages from the suspect were observed telling the young boys to take the computer to a more private spot away from the adults, the complaint reads. Investigators said that on Tuesday, they were eventually able to identify the user as Italo Rafael Brett Bonini, 25, who was living in a home along Santa Clara Drive in Orlando. Keep going. Brett Bonini's booking information stated he was a chorus instructor at Hunters Creek Middle School. Guess who was his student? Madeline Soto. This child was surrounded by evil. I've said this before, but I've only used it sparingly. I've only used it in the worst cases that we have covered that warrant this statement. People might get mad at me when I say this, but I've said it before. Madeline Soto, Naziah Harris, these 2 children in particular never had a chance. We could sit here and do all types of what ifs. What if the school counselor did this? People have arguments for and against. What if Jen Soto did that? What if Naziah's grandmother did this? What if Naziah's cousin did that? When you look at the totality of the circumstances surrounding these children, I'm sorry, I'm getting cynical, guys. I don't think they had a chance. I don't think there's anything that could have changed those circumstances. I fully and wholly believe God had a plan. Not to get all biblical with you, because some of you guys are not religious, but Jesus had to get sacrificed on the cross, right? He had to happen to him so we could get forgiveness for our sins. There's no way around it. That's the way it was written. That was his destiny. That was his purpose of coming on this earth, right? Maybe this just had to happen to these kids so some meaningful change, something can happen in this world for the better. That's what I'm hoping, because if you look at the totality of the circumstances surrounding these beautiful kids, they never had a chance. These girls were surrounded by proverbial evil. All the people who were in place that could protect them, that were supposed to look out for them, all of them were failures. All of them failed the children, failed themselves, failed our society in most instances. Teachers at the school, pedos. Mommy's boyfriend, pedo. On both these kids. Grandparents, don't care. Friends, turning a blind eye. They never had a chance. They never had a chance. Let's keep going, man. Let's keep going. I hope I'm wrong. I'm just a person talking on the internet. I could be 100% wrong. But this is just what I feel. It's what I feel. Looking at the totality of these circumstances. Let's keep going. Wow. The school's principal, Jomana Mokadam, I don't know what kind of name is that. Very interesting. I hope I said it correctly. Left a message to student families on Wednesday to share she has been notified of an employee's arrest that morning, adding the employee would not be returning to school during an investigation by law enforcement and the Orange County School District's Office of Professional Standards. Now, I ain't trying to mess with this lady's money. I don't know who she feeding. I'm not a hater. I don't like when people lose their jobs and stuff like that. I don't know who's in charge of hiring. She's a principal. I don't know how that works. Maybe she doesn't hire. She just manages. But people go through a civil service test or whatever. But, Miss Macadam, we need to start looking into our hiring practices, because that's too many pedos in one spot. One pedo, okay, statistically it can happen. Two already? I don't know. And how many more to come? I don't know. Well, let's keep going. Per the complaint, Brett Bonini told the detectives during an interview that he lived at the home since 2001, that he recently deleted his Discord account because he was disgusted with himself. Oh, yeah, he's a classic pedo. He's a classic pedo. They hate themselves, man. They go through that stage where they hate themselves. Like, oh, my God, what am I doing? This is so wrong, but I like it so much. Like, he's a classic pedo. There you go. So let's listen to the pedo talk about himself. Though he recently deleted his Discord account because he was disgusted with himself. During the interview, but before discussing the details of the allegations or genders of the victims, Brett Bonini stated he was not even gay. Listen to that. Listen to that. That's what he's worried about. Aside from the fact that he is coercing little boys to abusing each other while he watches, and God knows what on his end of the computer, his biggest concern was assuring those investigators that he's not gay. Okay, let's keep going, buddy. What else you got to tell us, Mr. Pedo? Here we go. And that he fell into temptation that I should not have. I'm not a sick individual. I made a mistake. And you know what that implies, right? Give me another chance. That's what he's asking for. He's asking for another chance. The complaint continues. Detectives explained that Brett Bonini, why I keep saying this name crazy, Bonini. Detectives explained that Brett Bonini admitted to communicating with children on Discord because they were easier to talk to, and he liked the control aspect of the chat with the young boy. Brett Bonini also admitted to asking the boy to perform sex acts over video chat, investigators noted. Now, Brett Bonini faces a charge of enticing a minor using a facility of interstate commerce. Boy, you going to jail. You going to jail. This is this weirdo. First of all, when a dude got pants like this, he's definitely a weirdo. I'm sorry. So he's still all over the internet. We're going to watch some of his stuff. He's got a YouTube channel. He got a lot going on, man. Guys, please hit that like button, by the way. Please hit that like button, support the channel. We got a lot of other YouTubers going live right now, so I know a lot of you guys will catch us on a replay. But please do hit that like button and support the channel as we go through these terrible circumstances that are affecting our children. Big shout out to Tori with a 1 gift membership. So whoever is that lucky person who got that gift membership, please do thank Tori for her generosity. And big shout out to everybody who is in the room. I'm sorry I jumped right into it. Usually I will say hi to everybody, kind of give you guys a little spiel, but I do have a lot to do today, and I got to get done with this live in a reasonable time so I could go handle business. All right, let's get back to it. So this is his personal page where he is hugging all of these children, surrounded by these beautiful children who are innocent and have no idea that their music teacher is a dude, right? Let's keep going. Hello and welcome to my website. My name is Italo Brett, and I live in Orlando, Florida. That's my fake Italian voice. I graduate of Rollins College with a Bachelor's of Arts in Music. I am a musician and educator with several years of experience that specializes in vocal performance and pedagogy. I know that's a word, but I don't like the way that sounds, pedagogy. That's like right up his alley, pedo, pega, whatever. All right, piano performance and pedagogy, as well as choral conducting and music arranging. I want to know what pedagogy is. Somebody in the chat is gonna. You guys are freaking geniuses. They're like street genius. What are you talking about? but, okay. So she said somebody spelled it out phonetically for me. So it's pedagogy. Pedagogy. Okay. A method and practice of teaching, especially as an academic subject or theoretical concept. The relationship between applied linguistics and language pedagogy. All right, cool. Thank you. Appreciate you for spelling out phonetically. All right, let's keep going. All right. I am the director of choral activities at Hunters Creek Middle School. And in addition to chorus, I also teach keyboard 1 and keyboard 2. I also run my own private lesson studio where I teach piano and voice from. So if you are a parent who has hired this guy to do private lessons with your children, please do have your child seen by a professional to make sure that they have not been victimized by this Pete dude. Okay? If you are a loving and caring parent, you need to do it. You need to do it. Big shout out to Gray Moon, who's a 2-month member of the Strategic Eye Show on a patrol level. She pointed out what we do know, and we appreciate that. She says this P was interviewed by police on 2/27/2024. Yes, we remember that interview. We even played it on this show. He was interviewed in reference to Madeline Soto. All right, let's keep going. I think my belief is that Jen Soto reached out to him to see if Madeline was in school, and he actually got back to her and said no. Let's keep going. Students under my tutelage have gone on to regularly receive positive feedback as well as superior ratings as at NFMC Junior Festival and Chorus Music Performance Assessment. As a performer and collaborator, I often work as a piano accompanist with musicians around Central Florida. I also perform in acts as part of Entertainment Central Productions, perform seasonally with the Caroling Company as a Dickens choraler. Okay. What else he's got? And this is him selling his lessons. I wonder if he'd be giving these lessons prison. Reasonable prices here. That's not bad. Which stuff is cheap like that up here in New York? So a 30-minute lesson is $25, 25 minutes 30, and a 60-minute lesson is $50. Okay. You guys could go on his website and read that for yourself, his mission and all that stuff. Piano accompanying. My rates are average for within the state of Florida and are comparable to other pianists in the area in order to maintain a fair market. Pricing may be adjusted on a case-by-case basis. Please contact me directly for a quote. So if you need a piano accompanist, you can hire him, or you could hire him in the past. He's going to spend the next 15 to 20 years in prison, if not more. All right. And cool. What's in this one? This is his contact information. Oh. let's send him a message. We should send him a message, right? Strategic eyes with a Z at gmail.com. Hello, pedo. Would you be willing to be interviewed on my show so we can ask you a few questions about how much of a monster you are? So this is his email address right there. Don't even bother sending him an email, guys, because he's not going to check it because he's in prison, right? All right, so let's go over to his YouTube page. This is him again, Italo R. Brett, musician. I don't want to play anything because then we might get copyrighted to the sound of the music. Yeah, we can't. Unfortunately, we can't play anything because he can't copyright because he's in jail. But the music that he's playing is copyrighted, and the copyright owner of the music he's playing will probably copyright the show. So we don't want to do that. Let's go over here. Pretty much the same thing. The parents of Hunter Street Middle School have received the following message. I feel so sorry for the parents in Hunter Street. I feel so sorry for the parents who send their kids over to Hunter Street. So much tragedy in just the last year. Like we've already passed the 1 year anniversary of the passing of Madeline Soto. It's there's so much pain in that community, ladies and gentlemen. And now, like, look, just more. Like Madeline is gone. Then Santa, a guy in the area who dressed up as Santa, he gets arrested. Him and his son gets arrested for abusing local children. This is all within miles of the school and Madeline Soto. Then a teacher gets arrested, or an after-school teacher rather. He gets arrested, but he also did work in the school during the day in a capacity I haven't figured out yet. But he also worked in the after-school program. He gets arrested. And then the music teacher, who was directly connected to the Madeline Soto case, this guy gets arrested as well. It's just very sad. Very, very, very sad stuff. Very unfortunate. I don't know. All right. Let's go to the Devil's Playground on Twitter, and then maybe we'll take some calls and then we'll call it a day. Scroll up to the top. So this is the dude right here. Again, big shout out to Gray Moon with a $10 super chat. He's a strategic. Thank you for the continued coverage. Highlighting these criminals will hopefully scare them from doing these horrific crimes. I agree with you 1000%. And I thank you for your support, Gray Moon. And this is how we do this. This is how we protect that next victim, by bringing awareness to these crimes, by talking about them. All right, I want to look something up, and we're going to go over this Twitter real quick. Let's see here. Wow. Yeah, today's gonna be like a really messed up day for me because due to staffing shortages, I'm being placed out on the streets. I got to put the uniform back on, placed out on the streets to assist, but today only, in a very high crime area. And it's super cold, man. Super cold. There's like a winter storm happening in the New York region right now. And listen, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna be a very miserable day. Miserable day. But hence is got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do. Neighborhood search. Okay. All right, so I'm where I need to be. You know what? Let me I gotta do one more search and then I'm good, and then we'll rock and roll. Florida one, no, Jackson. I need to get the 13400 Town Loop Boulevard. Florida. It's gonna make sense when I'm doing it. Bear with me. Florida. To 5 miles. All right, so let's go over here to this weirdo over here. Perfect. All right, that worked out perfect. All right, so here we go. School creds. This is an interesting one. I actually just subscribed to them. I didn't know this existed, but now I'm a part of their community. Police discovered a conversation at Discord between a minor and a music teacher, Italo. Court documents state the Bonini made contact with an 8-year-old boy and a 6-year-old boy in Maryland and enticed him to perform acts in front of a times with each other. It's so disgusting. These little boys have to live with that for the rest of their life. Very, very, very heartbreaking. Hello. Kind of looking at the stuff we've already seen. Back. Going to the Devil's Playground. I looked through this. After this, there's not much on him. I think within the next 24 hours, we'll start seeing more people doing a deep dive into Italo. See how that works out. I wanted to pull this up. This is the sex offender registry for the 5-mile area around the school. And when I cover this, see, I don't cover things with emotion. I cover things with passion. That's a difference. I cover things with passion, but I don't cover it with emotion. See, emotion will mislead you. Emotion will make you skip over facts. Big shout out with Tori with $5 super chat says, makes you wonder why Jen reached out to that specific teacher. Oh boy, you going down that rabbit hole, Tori. Oh boy, it's too early in the morning. I'm not going with you. Oh my gosh. Wow. Tori not playing. Tori not playing. I hear you, Tori. But I cover these things with passion, not with emotion. So when I say, yo, listen, this area is bad. This area has a lot of issues. What people tell me who live in that region, no. Oh, no. This is a good area. I saw somebody outside with a Ferrari before. Like, okay, so what does that mean? You saw somebody driving in that community with a Ferrari. Did you see where they parked the Ferrari? Does it matter that there's one person in this community that has a nice house and a Ferrari? What does that mean? Like, people say the dumbest things. Like, that means nothing. That you live there and it's a nice community because you saw somebody driving with a Ferrari. Tell me, I live in that community. My house is worth $600,000. The crime index is a 2.3% for every 100,000 people. Give me some statistics. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me, well, I live there and I think it's a nice community because I saw somebody driving with a Ferrari. Well, guess what? Look at all the pedos that live there, man. Look at this. That's crazy. I searched the school. This is in a 5-mile radius of the school. Look at the concentration down here of sex offenders. Yo, if I pulled up New York City, a low-income community, New York City, it's not even going to look this bad. This is horrible. This is almost like a colony. It's like a pedo colony. This stuff, and these colonies do exist because of our legislation. Because some legislations are very strict. You can't live within this amount of feet from a school. Can't live this amount of feet from these type of buildings, these type of stores or malls where kids may congregate. It's not even just schools. It's where kids congregate, parks, the whole nine. And it ends up pushing these folks into places where they end up getting concentrated because this is the only place they can live. They can't live over here and over there because it's too close to the school, too close to the mall, too close to the places where the kids congregate. So we actually end up creating pedo colonies. Pedo colonies. This looks like, this southern region here looks like a pedo colony. if I use my imagination, I'm like, well, what would I expect to see? I'd expect to see something like this over here. I don't know if you guys can see my cursor. Oh, you can't. I think I changed it in the settings where you can't see the cursor. I apologize for that. I have to fix that. Well, in this upper quadrant over here, that'd be to the left of your screen, these sparsely separated houses, that seems about normal to me. But look it over here. Look when you get to the eastern side of the state and then southern and the southeast. Oh my word. Crazy. Very unfortunate. All of these people are a danger to these children. Let's get a look at how some of these people fare. Look at this right here. Address, transient. That means he doesn't have a home. This guy, permanent. This guy, transient. This guy, permanent. Permanent, transient, permanent, transient. At any given time, we don't know where these transient guys are. We don't know where they're at. This guy's absconded. They don't know where he's at. This guy's absconded. I didn't even read it. 90% of these guys on this first page, they're absconded. They don't know where they're at. They're on parole as well. These dudes got warrants out. Let's see about this guy right here. You'd fly it. Robert Gene Hazard. His last name is Hazard. Wow, his parents already knew he was going to be a problem the moment he was born. Let's see what he did. This guy failed to comply. Lewd and lascivious child under 16. And the funny thing is, these folks, it seems like you got more of these folks that go after the children than after adults. Not saying that I want adults to be victimized, but geez, look at this guy right here. Patrick S. Hawkins. They have him labeled, go back to this, they have him labeled as a predator. Now, I don't know what that means in Florida. I know what that means where I'm at, but that might mean something different, like you really bad. Let's see what Hawkins did. Kidnap, commission or facilitate a felony, sexual battery with a weapon or force. This guy is a violent rapist. Wow. Let's see this guy. This guy got the predator designation as well. Doesn't he look like somebody's dad? You send your kid over to somebody, to their friend's house, and little do you know, this guy right here is a freaking pedo predator. Let's see what he did. Offender, 18 or older. Lewd and lascivious molestation, victim under 12 years old, and he's above 18. Victim under 12. And let's look at this last guy. This is the grandpa, right? The guy you leave your house, every day you leave your house, you say, hey, Mr. Jays, what's going on? What's going on there, buddy? How about those Jets? Little you know, Mr. Jays got a nasty little secret. He's absconded too. He's on the run. What Mr. Jays do? Lewd and lascivious act with a child under 16. Pedo too. All of this within 5 miles of Madeline Soto's school. Every day when that child was alive and she would go to school, she would have to be within the vicinity of this evil. Crazy, ladies and gentlemen. It's nuts. It's insane. Anyway, I don't have time to do a call-in show today. I'll pay you guys back on another day, probably tomorrow when we come in, we do a live. I appreciate you guys immensely. You guys are great, man. Let me go to the comment section, say hi to everybody. I do appreciate all the support that we got today with this impromptu live. We didn't even give you guys much notice, man. We just jumped right into it, and you guys are great. You guys are awesome, man. Definitely very loyal and very kind followers of the show, and we do appreciate you. All right, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything, and then I'll get out of here. You're just kind of freezing up now. I don't know what's going on. Come on, don't stop. Be nice to me. Oh. It's acting up, but you're going to have to make a move. Come on. Come on. Come on. Computer been acting slow a little bit lately. I don't know why. Um, yep, we got all the super chats. We acknowledge everybody who did a super chat. We acknowledge everybody who gift membership. Yeah, we appreciate you. Let me go back to the live chat here. And that's it. All right, guys. So I'll see you on the next one. Please consider becoming a member of the Strategic Guys Show, True Crime with Strategic. We do have a membership. We do drop exclusive videos on there. We also drop some of our premiere videos first on the membership before we release it for everybody else. Please continue to support the channel. We're a small, growing YouTube channel, guys. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. We're at 82,000 subscribers right now. Where are we at? We're at 82,000? I don't know. Let me check it out real quick before I get in here. Big shout out to Dr. Cataclysm once again supporting the channel. Very generous, Dr. Cataclysm, with 5 gift memberships. Dr. Cataclysm is showing a lot of love and helping us get to our goal. So we do appreciate you for showing that love, Dr. Cataclysm. 5 gift memberships. Everybody who received that gift membership, please do thank the doctor for giving you that membership, because there's a lot of content in the members only area that you'll be able to enjoy. I think we have way more than, we probably have like 2 months worth of content. Like you could literally be on that membership. I got to check. I don't want to just make statements because I had more stuff that I deleted when I did my political commentary. So I might have less now, but we're constantly adding new content every single day, or every other day. So there's a lot of content on the membership. You're really going to enjoy it, and you'll enjoy the content to come. And a lot of these videos will never make its way to the YouTube channel for everybody to see, because some of it is off topic. Some of it is my views on other things other than true crime. And this is a true crime channel, so we're just going to talk about true crime for everybody. But when you're part of the membership and the Patreon, you get to see the full breadth of me, Strategic Eyes, my beliefs, my views, etc. Right? So we're at 82,729 subscribers. 82,729 subscribers. In the last month, I think we've gained like over 2,000 subscribers in the last month. We stalled out for a little bit around 78. Then the algorithm started treating us good again, and we immediately started gaining subscribers. So there's nothing wrong with the show. There's nothing wrong with the viewers. Nothing wrong with the content. It's all about the algorithm. It's about YouTube deciding to do the right thing for the show. And when YouTube does the right thing for the show grows exponentially. But this is something that all creators have to deal with. So we just got to keep pushing, keep marching, keep doing our thing, keep striving to put out the best content we can put out. And you guys just got to keep doing your part by hitting that like button, commenting. And I got to tell you this, you got to comment twice, guys. If you're here and you're a supporter of the channel, we do appreciate you. You got to comment during this live show so that YouTube could push the show out while it's actually live. But then on the replay, you have to come back and you have to comment again, and you got to watch at least a minute of the show on the replay. So for all my loyal viewers who are supporting me and want to see me grow, you're watching me live, and I appreciate you. But when you get some time, come back to the show on the replay, give it another view for a good, minute or two, and then leave a comment in the comment section for the actual replay so it can help us get into that algorithm. I'm sorry I ask you for these things, but this is what we got to do to grow. This is what every YouTuber does with their audience to help them grow. And then when you get to that grizzly level where you got 1,000 subscribers, you on a Plunder level, I think Plunder has like 200-something thousand subscribers. You don't got to do that anymore because you're so big that the algorithm is going to know you and is going to automatically push you, right? But when you're on my level, you're not there yet. You're a nobody. You're one of the little people, according to the algorithm, right? So we got to train the algorithm. We got to fight with the algorithm. We got to wrestle with the algorithm so they can take us seriously. We got to say, we're not chumps over here, algorithm. We got a mission, and our mission is to bring a voice to the voiceless, algorithm. And we're going to keep on marching to that goal. We're going to keep on fighting until you take us seriously, until people can hear us when we speak, right? And the only thing we're speaking about is the children out there. That's it. That's all we're talking about, the kids. Justice for these kids. So anyway, guys, I see Aki's hitting me up. I don't see what she wants to say yet, but she's probably going to be like, end it. I knew it. She said, end it. End it. See, she be hating on me. I'm just talking to you guys. I'm having a good time over here. I knew Aki was going to say that. I knew Aki was going to say that. She always is All right, guys. Aki called it. We got to end it. Good show, 39 minutes. I see you guys on the next one. Strategic is out of here. Oh, let me cue up that outro. Peace.